Hey, I got asked about my Bibles, so I'm making a quick video. Most of these are actually pretty new, not this one, but I'll kind of go over the Bible choice I have and why. I'll probably be adding some more. I've been getting really into some of the translations there, and I just use like the app for it because it's free. But I wouldn't mind adding some physical Bibles to the collection. But again, a lot of these are pretty new, like year, 2 years. So you're not going to see like a crazy amount of wear on them because they just, I sit here, I read them in the morning, and then I put them back. Um, anyway, rant over. I was asked about my Bibles, and so here they are. Here's some of them. I have more, but I mean, they're mostly the ones that I either give out to people if they ask, or it's like for travel, and I'll carry like one of those super small Bibles that I actually just got one from work, so it's kind of cool. Anyway, here we go. Right off the bat, so I got this one from work. Actually, what am I doing? Why am I starting in the middle? Now I have to start in the middle. I'm committed. So I actually got this from work. I've been getting into the King James Version, not like a KJV only kind of person. I live in the Seattle area. Politics are kind of Seattle. And so things constantly change. The morals of the world and things just change. There's no foundation. And so I got into the KJV Bible. So like these three right here are KJV. And I get the pros, I get the cons. I'm not saying this is the only Bible, but I like it. There's an attractiveness to the fact that it's old school. It's got a lot of tradition there, and it hasn't really changed. Obviously, there's a change, but nothing crazy. Anyway, so because I started the middle, we'll just go here. I don't actually read this one, but it's cool. So my coworkers knew that I was getting into the KJV, so they got me this. They found it in like the where I work, and they gave it to me. But this is like legitimate, like OG. I can't even read half of this because it's legit old school. But I just think it's fun. It's like a 400th anniversary thing, and yeah. So I'm gonna put this to the side, pretty much right off the bat, but I thought that was neat, so I added it. It sits on my little drawer over there. But I'm not going to show you because if you think my desk is messy, see my drawer. I've been working on gun stuff, so there's some crap everywhere. I'm sorry. Anyway, so the first KJV Bible I got when I got into this was just off of Amazon, this bad boy. And I like it. I mean, it's nice. It's pretty basic inside, double column. Got some fancy stuff. You can come down here and look at stuff if you want to look up things on the page or whatever, but it's pretty simple. I do like this Bible. I like that it's, again, KJV. I like that it just looks clean, but also has like some of that like fancy, like, whoa, what's that? Gold, bro. I don't know. I think it's fun. So I've been reading this one a lot while I was learning about KJV. Enjoyed it. And then since we're on the KJV train, we'll just keep going. This is my reader Bible. So I have Bibles that I read normally to like when I'm actually learning the word and stuff. So this is ESV. And I have ones that I just enjoy reading. So I read these two side by side. But in short, this is the Schuyler. This was a very expensive Bible. It was like $200 something. But it's very well done. The leather's done. You can even see like just how like, it's got some weight to it. It's real leather. The binding on it's nice. It's a single column. Even the paper, like you just do this and it feels like, wow. Anyway, but you can see here that it gets out of your own way. It just puts like the chapters up here in the Bible, and then that's the start of a chapter. And it's literally designed to just be a single column, and you just read. I'm not much of a reader, so it sounds silly to a lot of people, but having this feature of just like it gets out of the way, you're not thinking about verses, you're not thinking about the stuff at the bottom. It just lets you read it. Gets out of the way. I need that because I'm not a reader and I get distracted. Serious ADHD. Oh, what's that? See? So anyway, I love this thing. This is like my go-to because I just love it. It looks cool. It's called the Black Pearl from Schuyler, and it's got this really cool, it's hard to show on camera, but this is like a blue silver. Even this black is more like silvery. Love this thing. Go look up Schuyler And go get yourself a Bible. You don't have to get the KJV, of course, but just go get yourself a Bible there. It's expensive. It is so nice. I've been looking up reviews and like all the reviewers of like fancy Bibles. Like, oh my gosh, this Skylar, it's so cool. And they're right. All right, ESVs. This is my favorite translation overall, word for word. Pretty accurate. Oh my goodness. And so let's go over these. So this is my Bible since high school. My parents got me this. It's been through a lot. It got soaked. It got ruined. I don't really use it too much, but this is just like a Crossway ESV. It has a lot of sentiment because, again, it was given to me by my parents after high school. Maybe I can get it rebound or something. But awesome Bible. I've used it forever. I'm not the type to mark up my Bibles much, so it's just sort of plain Jane. But it got soaked. So about a couple years ago, I just decided it's time, and I got this ESV off Amazon. It's also Crossways, obviously, but it's ESV. But I like this. It's clean. It's got a nice look. And again, this is like the Bible I would use for just studying the Word. I also like to read these two, the ESV and KJV, side by side. There are some stuff in here where I read it and I'm like, I have no idea what I just read. So having both is pretty sweet. But they're also based off different manuscripts and stuff like that. So I won't get into that in this video. But anyway, basic ESV off of Amazon. But the Bible I literally just take everywhere. Like if I go to church, it's usually this KJV because it's more traditional. You can look up the actual verses here. It's verse by verse. And you got these things down here if you're actually studying and looking around. And again, I don't think KJV is the end-all be-all, but I really like the classic English. I think it's beautiful. I'm going to be memorizing scripture here pretty soon. I've been bad at that in my life, and I'm going to be memorizing it in KJV for sure. Maybe it's a weird thing, but I think Old English, almost Shakespearean, is beautiful. And so, yeah, I'm definitely going to memorize scripture in this. I just think that's super cool. It gives a little bit more oomph to the word. Not that it needs it. It's already the word. But yeah, that's kind of it. Those are my Bibles, besides a couple smaller off-brand ones. Off-brand? Oops. Smaller ones that I don't really use. Those are currently at work in my backpack that I left at work. And those are the ones I take with me on like trips because they just fit in my backpack. And I have a little ESV and a little KJV. And I usually just carry the KJV because, again, that's the phase I'm in. I'm enjoying that. I plan on adding a New Living Translation in the future. I've been getting really into the translations and learning about them. I use my Bible app online or my phone to use these different versions. But NLT is growing on me a lot. A buddy of mine just told me to check out LSB, and it's based off of the NASB, which I love. I just prefer ESV. Both are word for word. I just prefer ESV. I think it's a little easier on my brain to read. And so, anyway, NASB is awesome. It's based off NASB, but they have some cool features. So I'll be checking that out, I'm sure. But the two Bibles I do want to add to my collection is an NLT, New Living Translation, and possibly a New King James. I kind of always avoided New King James because, again, just KJV. Like, why would you? I don't know. Like, why would you not get like an ESV or something like that? In my brain, it didn't make sense, but I've actually, as I've been studying, I've learned that the NKJV is actually a really good translation. So I'm going to probably get some budget Bibles, like even cheaper than this, some paperbacks, just so I can have it, and I'm going to enjoy reading them essentially side by side, and then possibly using my computer and online to, study a little better. Anyway, that's kind of it. Books I like to read when I'm reading the Bibles. Right now, I'm going through the Practice of the Presence of God again. If you don't have this, get it. This is a game changer for just check it out. Look at this. Tiny. You can read like one or two of the little things a day. And it really shifted my mindset when I've been in some pretty low spots in my walk with the Lord and wasn't feeling the Lord. And this kind of goes over a lot of stuff on praying and what your mind should be focusing on and what true faith is. So Pretty cool little book. Obviously, these are better, but I like to read this. I'll pray. I'll read like a chapter of the Bible. Then I'll read this, like one or two, and then I'll go back to just reading the Word. And it's nice. Helps my ADHD brain kind of do its thing. All right, there it is. Love you. Goodbye.